So a company called Lumary got in touch and said, "Hey Paul, please review our electric light snake." And I thought to myself, there must be some way that I can use this to slag off Philips Hue. It's been at least 2 weeks since I did that. Your girlfriend will tell you that size doesn't really matter, that it's really about what you do with it. She is lying to you. Girls really like big, massive LED strips. The Philips Hue LED strip is 6.5 feet at £60 and 21 pence. That's a ridiculous amount of money for, like, a very small strip. The Lumary strip, Lumary, I don't know how that's pronounced, is $35.99 for 16.4 feet. That's 10 feet longer for nearly half the price. If you're thinking, yes, but I'll get that Philips Hue warm, fuzzy, expensive, well-made feeling from it when I pluck it from its box, you're wrong. I've unboxed both of them. They are both in a cardboard box, but the Philips Hue one is just flopping around aimlessly. They've done nothing. They've not coiled it around anything. They've not held it in place. That's just flopping about. The IP rating is this for the Lumary and this for the Philips Hue. If you're looking at which product is technically better made, assuming they're both telling the truth, then it's the Lumary, however that's pronounced. The Lumary LED strip does not require a hub. The Philips Hue LED strip does require a hub. Now, there is an argument in my comments section. That's how easy it is to start one. The Philips Hue guys will argue that the hub is a good thing because it keeps everything separate from your Wi-Fi network, it keeps all of your devices communicating on your local area network rather than via the internet, and therefore it is protected and reliable and perfect. It doesn't require your internet connection to be solid. It is a good thing. The other people will argue that it costs you an additional amount of money to buy that hub in the first place, and that the server in China never goes down. And they'd be right, it doesn't, it always works. If you have a solid internet connection, there is no reason not to buy the Lumary LED strip, in my opinion. There'll be a whole bunch of people going, "Yes there is! I don't like the Chinese knowing what I'm doing with my lights!" Get a grip, get a grip. There once was an annoying little girl who sang, "Anything you can do, I can do better." I wanted to punch her in the face. I think it was Beyonce. Anyway, the Lumary LED strip can do everything the Philips Hue can colour-wise. So if you can produce a colour on the Philips Hue strip, I can produce exactly the same colour on the Lumary. If anything, I can actually produce colours on the Lumary that I can't produce on the Philips Hue LED strip. So the Philips Hue, when it comes to colour, doesn't quite cut the mustard. I also think the colour is more saturated on the Lumary strip, and really weirdly, I don't know if this is a software bug, if I drag my finger on the Philips Hue thing all the way to the edge, because I want it to be fully saturated, and then I leave that menu and come back, it's moved it in a little bit. Like it can't do it, or that it doesn't like where I put my finger for some reason. I don't know what that's about, but what I can tell you is the Lumary strip looks better when it comes to colour reproduction. One of the Lumary's big selling points is that it does tunable white. This means that you can get it as warm as you like or as cold as you like because they've got special LEDs specifically for producing the whites. Philips Hue does the same. I've looked very closely. They've actually employed exactly the same method. There's a colour LED in the middle, and then there are two separate white LEDs either side, a cold one and a warm one. And what it does is it employs more or less of each one depending on whether you want a warm white or a cold white. Brilliant. Software-wise, Philips Hue stinks. It stinks. It stinks. It stinks the room up. I can smell it right now, stinking out of my phone. You can use other people's apps to control Philips Hue stuff, but come on, stop cheating, Philips Hue owners. That's not an answer. The reality of it is that the Tuya Smart Life app is way better. It's more interconnected with other manufacturers' products. It's easier to use. You can do more with it. I have a wireless door sensor and a wireless motion sensor that can trigger this LED strip, and I bought them from a completely different manufacturer. That is the beauty of the Smart Life service. Interconnected, easy to use, and better looking. I do not like the Philips Hue software at all. If you're a Philips Hue owner, I get that you like it. You're wrong. This one is not up for debate. If you're a Philips Hue owner about to defend this, then I will find you, and I will make someone else slap you because I don't like violence. Basically, the LEDs are like twice the distance apart on the Philips Hue than they are on the Lumary. This means that the distribution of light is rubbish. If you put it anywhere near a wall, you can see the individual lights shining on the wall because they're too far apart. Why has Philips done this? Have a guess. To save money. They've charged you £60 for this strip, and they've decided to cheap out on the number of LEDs they put in it. Jerks. Big old flipping jerks. I was joking at the beginning of the video when I said I was looking for ways to slag off Philips Hue. I don't need to because they give me lots of reasons. That said, I'm not here to sell you the Lumary strip. This is an honest review, and therefore I need to explore every facet and be completely honest. The Philips Hue strip wins on brightness. It does. It's nearly double the brightness for some colours. Warm white being one of the clear examples. If you really want warm white, it will blind you. As much brighter for that colour, but then if you set it to purple and set the Lumary strip to purple, that's only like a gnat's brighter, which is a bit weird. So Philips Hue seem to have focused on whites. The whites are brighter, colours not so much. But the ridiculous thing is, of course, it's half the length of the Lumary strip. If I fold the Lumary strip over, I have twice the number of LEDs, and therefore the same brightness as the Philips Hue strip for nearly half the price. Look, it's purple. Look, it's yellow. So I complained about this behaviour in my previous Philips Hue bulb video, and everyone that owned one went, "Yeah, idiot, just update the software." The thing is, right, I shouldn't have to. That should be a firmware thing, not a software thing, and it should come correctly built out of the factory so that when I plug it in, and I unplug it, and I plug it back in again, it remains the same colour like every other smart light. Like, I don't know, like the Lumary strip does, straight out of the factory for half the price. So I thought I would take a look at this updating of the software that everyone was raving at me about, and check this out. Do you know how long it is sat on downloading updates for? 30 minutes. How big is this update? The answer is, the update is not big. This thing keeps crapping out constantly. So if you're defending them on the basis that you can make it work properly if you've got the time to sit downloading the software over and over again, I don't know, maybe taking all your equipment to a friend's house because for some reason your internet connection doesn't work the way Philips Hue wants it to, I don't know what to tell you. It should work properly and I shouldn't have to faff around. I don't know why I'm so angry. I think it's because of the amount of stick that I got in the comments from people defending this. It isn't good enough. This is a majorly expensive product from the biggest brand I can think of in the smart home industry. The thing should ship the way things are supposed to work, not me have to fiddle around with software instead of firmware arriving on the thing the way it should be. In summary, I want to tell you I am not knocking you as a Philips Hue user. I'm knocking Philips Hue the company. Stop with your angry ranting at me. Seriously, it's not a personal thing. I'm actually trying to help you out. What I want to do is drive down the cost of the Philips Hue stuff. I said this in the last video. I like Philips Hue's products, I just think they have a fair too few many failings for it to cost the money that it does. That's the case for every single one of their products. If you're slamming me in the comments, you are part of the problem. Do not defend them just because you bought them. That is really stupid behaviour. Should you buy the Lumary strip over the Philips Hue strip? It depends on your budget. It depends if you're a Philips Hue owner already. If you're a Philips Hue owner already, I'm glad I've been able to point out to you all the potential pitfalls of buying the Hue strip before you made a decision. But I understand totally if you want to go out and buy one because it fits with your existing setup. I totally get that. I am not attacking you personally, I promise. The Lumary strip, if you want to know if I would buy that as me, or as you sat at home, the answer is yes. It's a really, really good LED strip and it works with a platform that I like and trust. I like the Smart Life platform and it works really well. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. That will tell YouTube's algorithm that was a good video and more people should see it. If you want to see some more of this guy, hit that subscribe button. There is a bell. You should also ring the bell, otherwise YouTube won't tell you when I've uploaded stuff. Come and hang out with me at the usual places, the Facebooks, the Twitters, and the Instagrams. And if you want to help make these videos a possibility, like these amazing people here, I love these people. These are my patrons, and they help make this happen. If you want to be one of those people, you can do so at Patreon. Or if you want to just buy me a one-off beer, you could do that at PayPal. Either way, I will love you forever, and I'll see you next time. Lumary can do exactly the same. 2 inches? I don't know, however long that is. 100 inches? Philips has like, I'm not sure what I'm doing here. The second one is right, Paul. The second one. Use the second take, not the third one. The third one was rubbish. This is the dance of the robot.